All right, so our bushings finally showed up. These are the Volk kit, but these aren't made by Volk. Before Paul Volk made these, they were made by someone. I'm not gonna name him because he's not doing it anymore. He just did us a favor. He made these and gave the design to Paul, and now Paul makes them. He just didn't have any in stock, or we would have bought them from him. But yeah, this is how we're doing the rear end swap. So because we have a Spyder, there's a little more cutting involved, and there are no videos of how to use these kits. There's some instructions that Paul has, which are fine, but we wanted to do a video too. Plus, it's the Spyder. I didn't really want to cut into the X bracing, right? No. So we're gonna show you how to do these. This top part you weld in, and well, we'll just show you. We'll show you when we do it all. Let's get to it.
Right to it, right now.
Go. Go, 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 go.
The first step in the process is to install the bushings into the subframe. We could have frozen the bushings to make this a little easier, but we eventually found a good technique. We made sure to install these with the stepped part facing down, which is up right now since we have the subframe upside down.
Got the technique down. You pretty much just, well, you saw it, use an impact drill and the bolt, a longer bolt, and the bushing, and it just squeezes it down in real nice. And now they're all four of them are in, just like that.
Yeah.
All right, now we got to weld some things up here.
Now we need to prep the chassis for welding in the front slugs where there is no existing stud on the front wheel drive chassis. We're removing the paint and hitting the spot with some weld-through primer.
We have the paint cleared off here, and that's some weld-through primer. And we've got this piece, which has also been weld-through primered. This goes up in there. We're gonna have to hammer it, it's a little tight. And that gives us this stud basically slash bushing that goes in through here, and then we just put our bolt in the bottom, and that's all there is to it. Let's get to welding. How's that look?
That's a good tack.
That is a good tack. Nice work.
Thank you. I do this sometimes.
Sometimes. That sounds good.
It does. That's actually perfect.
All right. All right, send it home.
The next step is to weld the slugs onto the frame. This definitely would have been easier to do before the gas tank was installed, but we needed to move ahead with the rest of the build while we were waiting for this kit to arrive. But we were still able to get a solid weld all the way around.
Alright, so we got the bushings welded in there and all painted up so they are not gonna rust.
Nope.
And then next step is to lower it down onto the subframe.
Yeah. Camden did a real good job welding those up.
I'm very proud of them.
You should be. All right, let's put it in.
There are only a few pieces left in the kit. For the back, there's the upper spacer and the steel nuts to reach up to where the shorter front-wheel drive subframe stud is that was already there. And the front has a washer and a bolt that goes into the slug. That's all there is to it. It really is an easy install.
Alright, it's on.
We got the subframe on, we got the brakes all on and hooked up and bled.
Look at those gold babies.
Very good.
Yep, we've got all the suspension torqued down. We got new sway bar end links, poly bushings all around. We got brand new toe bolts. This is the RM Racing's rear sway bar for all the less understeer.
Yeah.
Got our rear diff here and our axles looking good. Yeah, we got the drive shaft connected all the way there. And now it's time to put some exhaust on. We've got the downpipe on, so we just need to continue on down the line here.
Yeah, it'll be exhausting.
It will be. And what exhaust do we have to put on?
We have a thermal R&D exhaust, same as on Snoopy.
Yeah. So paired with this Megan pipe, we have a thermal catback. It was only ever a catback, but it's going to be really good. Oh, Brandon's here.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
All right. All right, we finally have the exhaust together. We weren't able to track down a test pipe to go here. So we cut off the flanges and we have these band clamps. For now, we have an autocross event in 2 days. So we have to get this thing working. We'll come back and we'll V-band flange and make a test pipe. No problem. It's just, for right now, this is what we got to do. This should seal just fine. If there's a small leak, it's not a big deal. Our wideband's here. And this is working, it's calibrated, and we're still using the factory narrowband up in there. So it's time to get this thing tuned. We're all done down here. We don't even know if this all-wheel drive swap works yet. So we need to make sure it works. I mean, it's hooked up, everything spins by hand, you know, but we gotta see if it works. All right, let's get to it. All right, it lives.
It lives, finally.
Yep, it's idling good. The numbers look good. Everything looks great. We did run it through the gears and everything spins as it should, so really the test is to drive.
All right.
So
Just waiting for this thing to warm up a little bit so we can get some tropical coolant in it.
yeah, we'll be on the road in a minute. All right, we made it to the BMV 3 minutes before they closed. There was a lot of traffic, but Cam's in there right now getting it registered because we have to register it to be on the road so that it can be on the road and go to the autocross event the day after tomorrow. We got alignment scheduled tomorrow because as you saw, we touched every alignment component and it's wonky. It tracks straight, but the steering wheel's like, but that's okay. We'll get it fixed tomorrow. He should have a temp plate with him when he comes out. He got it! You did it? Did you have to pay him off?
No.
Like you did it normally?
No.
No?
No.
What happened?
So both of the people in there love the car. The lady goes, "Oh, this throws me back. I had one of these."
Oh, really?
And then the kid was like fanboying over it. So
Nice.
Like, yeah.
What plate did you get?
The historic,
Oh, nice.
because you should.
Because you should. Because this is a piece of history.
It is.
All right. Well, we did it.
I did it.
Let's go cry.
Yeah.
The next day, we slapped on the Talon bumper and pulled the car up on the alignment rack. Since everything was new, the alignment process was a breeze, and everything came out great. This swap was a fun new challenge, and with the hard part done, we can start chipping away at refining this car for Camden to race. Speaking of racing, we've got to get Camden to solo school so he can learn how to autocross.
All right. It's done. Cam's going home. Listen to this thing. It's stock. It's stock, right?
Yeah, it's got stock turbo, stock side mount, stock everything.
All right, you got to go sleep so you can autocross.
Yes, I need one.
All right, we'll see ya.
Yeah.
Here's Camden with the instructor at Autocross. He's been told he's doing a very good job.
How was that?
Dude, very smooth.
Yeah, it looked really calm.
Yeah.
You knocked 2 seconds off your last time.
He didn't try
Yeah.
to two-step and actually get a hard
Yeah, that
push.
launch, that start was way better.
Very smooth.
Was way better.
The corners felt good. I mean, I think the worst part is the tires were legitimate.
It's the body roll.
Well, the tires you can feel.
Yeah.
You can feel giving a little bit. They're not sticking as hard as they could.
It's Camden and Isaiah.
Yeah. He can get to a 39, 38.
Got the car as slow as it'll go right now. 43.
Nice.
$39,999.
Hey, you cracked 39?
He did it! He did it! And then he almost hit the cone.
He did that earlier.
Woo! Woo, Camden!
Yes! Yes!
Send it! $39,400. Woo! Way to go, Cam.
And here comes Camden Straggle. Cameron Straggle. Let's see how he does here in its Mitsubishi. And Jeremy Werner coming in. Jeremy in his Cam S Corvette. I believe it's an 86 Corvette. One of the... Jeremy Werner. He's in with an 81-232. 81-232. Camden Schragle coming in next in the Mitsubishi, and he had a DNF his first run. So hopefully he has got a good solid time this time. We're hoping so. And STH, he's sitting in 7th spot right now, but we'll see if he can move up on the power at the finish. Nice finish for him. He moves from 7th all the way up into 5th. Camden moving all the way up into 5th in a strength of a 9.0.462. Now A Street. And car number 86, this is Jeremy Warner coming in. Jeremy's in his quickest time of the day. He's got an 83.560. 83.560. Okay, coming in right now, this is Camden coming in with an 86.390. 86.390, his quickest time of the day. He's in 5th spot right now in that 7-car STH class, but a solid run for him, nice improvement.
Camden did an amazing job, and so far the swap has held up great. There's a lot of work to do to this car still, but this is a great start. Hopefully, this has given you some confidence in swapping your front-wheel drive DSM. It is definitely worth it. Thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe to watch how this car evolves.